この OK は始まる感じ。はい。Hello, thank you for coming. Today's my talk is Reading and Improvement Pattern Matching in Ruby. First of all, I would like to say thank you to my company, Every Leaf Corporation. They support my visiting to this RubyKaigi. And my book, the You and Magical Programming Note for Kids, will be published in next week. And I also organize the event of a Rubyist book author temporarily. Please join the event. Okay, who am I? My name is Yuki Torii. I'm an ordinary Ruby programmer. I'm mainly developing web application using Rails. And I taught pattern matching in Ruby at RubyKaigi 2017. And in that talk, I implemented toy pattern matching in Ruby. After that, real pattern matching is introduced by Tsujimoto-san from Ruby 2.7. The goal of this talk is sparkling interest in the internal of Ruby among ordinary Ruby programmers like myself. So for this course, we are going to walk through the specs of pattern matching in Ruby, and next, know how to see the instructions for variables, and see what the instructions like. And see the sequence of the pattern matching built by the instructions, and finally, try to speed up pattern matching of array pattern. The first step of the reading pattern matching is knowing the specification of need. Let's look them shortly. This is a basic popular pattern matching using case in expression. It is very similar to case when syntax. This code checks each pattern matches the object. This is not good approach for application. And if there are else section and no pattern matches, large exception. And more, we have two operators for pattern matching, and arrow operator and in operator. These are very similar, but arrow operator raises exception when no match, and otherwise in returns nil. As we have seen, there are several pattern types. The first and basic pattern is Ruby object, like this example, one or the class. And more often used patterns are array pattern and hash pattern. Especially, hash pattern is used in web application frequently to deconstruct the response of the requests and change behaviors depending on the content of response. We can use find pattern and combined pattern like this. You can use also variable patterns. In this example, the second pattern matches the response and the value of the message bind to the message variable. Okay, we will look over the specifications of the pattern matching. It is a time to see how it works. As you know, your Ruby code are tokenized and passed to AST, abstract syntax tree. And finally, your instructions are built from them. These instructions are executed by Ruby virtual machine. So looking at the instructions tells us how Ruby code works on Ruby virtual machine. Now, how to see these instructions? On IRB, for looking at the instruction, we can use the Ruby VM instruction sequence class and the result of compile the file, the Ruby code, and use this assemble method. By this method, we can see the instructions like this format. These. Now, apart from pattern matches shortly, let's see the instruction of the very simple Ruby code. Ruby's instructions use stack to manipulate values on running. First, variable A is prepared, and put object instruction puts one value on the stack. A dotted line code in code corresponds to the pointed instruction. Next instruction, set local instruction, pops a 1 and bind to the local variable A. Next, the get local instruction, get a value 1 and put it on the stack. Put object, again put 2 on the top of the stack. Next, opt plus instruction and pop 2 and 1, and then add then and put the result 3 on the stack. That duplicate the top of the stack. And pop the top of the stack and bind with local variable A with set local. This is A equal 1 and A equal A plus 2, the Ruby code instructions. Can you feel what are the instructions and stacks like? Okay, let's move on to the main subject, pattern matching. We were going to see the instruction of this simple pattern matching code using Ruby VM instruction sequence, compile and disassemble. Too long, too many instructions there. But don't panic. Open compile C. What we can, as the next action, is opening compile C file in Ruby source code. The compile C makes instructions, so compare the instructions and reading the corresponding the code in compile C. We can understanding what it goes. What it goes. Like add instance function. Of course, add instruction in compile C. And more, in pattern matching part, Tsujimoto-san, who implemented the pattern matching in Ruby, leave the excellent, very helpful, shining comment. This comment explains the move of pattern matching instruction as Ruby code. Tsujimoto-san is very, very 素晴らしい excellent person, I think. Next, we see the sequence of pattern matching right from the instruction and compile C, but with some omissions, detail omissions, and only pattern, array pattern and hash pattern. In the case of array pattern, firstly, the pattern has check the pattern has whether pattern has constant or has constant and the constant equal object, and if the no match failed. But And well, otherwise, yes, check, go to next check, whether objects have the construct method. If no, also go to match failed. But yes, move to the next check, and next check whether object the construct returns an array object. If no, rise type error. And when yes, the result of the construct length, whether the result of the construct length is equal to the patterns and the length. If no, or it also match fail. And yes, finally check each of the element and each of the construct. If any element is in any element is sub-pattern, instruction will be added recursively. What is the construct method? The method to be called for inspecting the object matches large array pattern. It should return an array object. For example, the class whose the construct method always returns the array contains 1 and 2. The instance of foo class matches or always matches the array pattern 1 and 2, and never matches any other pattern. And in case of hash pattern, it checks the construct keys. It is very similar to an array pattern, but it also checks the key args and key args lengths. These are the sequence of array and hash pattern. So it's time to try improving pattern matching of array pattern. Right side is a sequence of array pattern, and the object is checked has the constructed method and the result of the construct method. But when the object is an array, the construct is always implemented by default and return itself. So, as these checks and the construction necessary for the object of array, my change is skip the construct checks and the construction when the object is array. If I add the check, the object is whether object is an array or not. And if yes, skip the check of the construction and compare the value of itself to pattern 1. And to reduce the cost of adding many instructions, unify the length checks to the new unify to the new construction. Only my default comparison is calling calling new instruction, check button array, and add the new instruction add instance to the instance def file. I only add the some lines. It seems too easy, but the easier said than done. I have to debug by writing out all of the instruction and simulating stacks by hand. It is my efforts. It is necessary to fill with heart of virtual machine. How is the result of my efforts? Measurement is here. The benchmark, the result of right side of the code. Before my change, it takes about 0.6. But after, it costs about 0.3, achieved twice the speed. But it has actually it is not perfect because I can't support checking the case array. The construct is overridden. If of course, Ruby can open class and override any public method. So if you override the construct and always return the array of ones contains 1 and 3, and the instance of array foo and the value is 1 and 2 should not match the array pattern 1 and 2 because the construct result is 1 and 3. But the open class is Ruby's very cool, and it is a free the right for the user to use override. So I will check it after. But I would like to say, do not override. Please. This is a summary of this talk. Instructions of how Ruby code works. It is very fun and filled with the heart of virtual machine. And do not override the construct. What is fun of knowing Ruby internal? I think it is we can know the favorite feature of the language deeply, and how it works, or various efforts to make execution better. For these changes, I checked. I read many compilers see about pattern matching and find the cache system of the result of the construct for the case that the construct the result is used many times. It's very emotional for me. And if there is a chance, we can make the future better a bit without override. In other words, we can love Ruby more. We, ordinary Ruby programmers, can use Ruby every day with much more love. Let's start reading your favorite features in Ruby internal. Enjoy. Enjoy and please buy my books. I left many minutes. Sorry, my talk is too short.